Welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk, and today we are reviewing Star Wars Squadrons. Now, I want to just stress that this is actually just the campaign, the story mode. I haven't had a chance to get into the multiplayer too much just yet, and obviously there will be a separate review for the multiplayer. So Star Wars Squadrons is developed by Motive and it's published by EA. Now Star Wars Squadrons is a space combat game set in the Star Wars universe, and it's been released on Windows, PlayStation and Xbox. The story is set after Return of the Jedi, so for any Star Wars fan out there, you know exactly where we are. Players control ships from both the Empire and the Republic. One of the interesting features is how you can change the power balancing between the engines, the weapons and the shields. If you're the Empire, however, they don't have shields. In fact, they only have about 30% field of view, but are very powerful and very maneuverable. The Republics, however, do have the shields and they have a 180-degree field of view. However, they do kind of both have unique strengths and weaknesses, and so it feels pretty balanced. However, my biggest gripe playing this game is it's incredibly laggy at the moment. Now, I don't want to go on too much about it, but like as you can see in the footage, I'm lagging so much, that I'm trying to steer my ship one way to follow or to attack. It turns out I've steered too much, I have to steer back, and it's just a constant fight on what is actually happening. Like I said, for me personally, the game was almost unplayable. Now, I did play it, I did complete it. I'm actually only showing you the very beginning of the campaign. I don't want to spoil the story for you guys because the story is actually pretty engaging, and it's kind of cool because the story in this game kind of acts as a tutorial for the multiplayer, which I thought was a really interesting way to do it, and it works out really, really well. Now, one of the best things and surprising things about this game is that all the skins and everything like that, all the customization options, that's actually all picked up through actually playing the game. There's no microtransactions, there's no planned DLC. This is the game supposedly complete by Motive. There are no plans. They plan to support the game through its onlineness, but like I said, there's no planned microtransactions or DLC or anything like that. So I'm quite surprised, coming from an EA game, that this is how they've presented the game to us. But, I am pleased. Like I said, my major gripe with this game, unfortunately, is the fact that it is so laggy. I don't know whether it's because I'm on an older Xbox or not. I don't know if maybe the game is just currently broken and therefore needs a quick patch, as most games that are released these days seem to need many patches to help make work. But this is what I'm thinking anyway. Now, I did actually request a key from EA, but unfortunately I didn't get it, so I figured I'd go out and buy the game and actually review it anyway, because I love Star Wars. I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and so this is definitely a game that I wanted to dive into. And you know what? I wasn't necessarily disappointed. Like I said, the story itself, the campaign mode, is actually really, really good. I was quite surprised, and I like how you switch from the Republic and to the Empire, and as you go through the story you continually switch to see both sides of the story. I quite like that. There seems to only be 4 different types of ship, however, and of course you've got the same type on the opposite side. I hope they bring in more for the multiplayer aspect. I understand that the campaign mode itself is done and it's dusted. It's not going to get touched again, most likely. The multiplayer, obviously, hopefully will be alive for quite some time. Now, this game heavily supports VR. This game was actually originally designed for VR, so anyone with a VR headset could whack that on, play this game, and really get the full experience of Star Wars Squadrons. Now me, I was on a controller. I didn't even have the joystick, which I could imagine would absolutely feel amazing playing this game with a joystick. Imagine playing it with a joystick and the VR headset. That could be pretty interesting. But unfortunately I was just on a controller, but it did work perfectly fine for me in that sense. You know, again, apart from just the extreme amount of lag I got, the game looked good, it sounded good. I can't say that it worked because, like I said, the lag was just too extreme. But this game's actually priced really well for me as well. It's priced at £30, £35. I think it's £31 with EA, so it's about $40. And I feel like that's probably about the right price for this game. Maybe even a little too expensive. I mean, the campaign mode itself isn't particularly long, but I did find it enjoyable. And of course, then you have got the multiplayer to pick up. Like I said, I will do a separate review on the multiplayer and how that actually plays. I know that it comes with 2 different modes, and I know that they both play pretty differently. So I'm looking forward to actually getting stuck into that. But that's pretty much the review, guys. So I've been a monk with been critically curious. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this review, to hit that like button and hit the subscribe, and of course join us for the next reviews that are on the way. And so what do you think could have been improved in this game? What do you think that maybe it missed? Have you had a chance to pick this up and play it yet? What are your first thoughts on it? If you have an answer to any of those questions, then pop that in the comments and I will do my very best to reply and read to everyone that you guys put down. To close the video off, I'm actually going to leave you guys on a quick segment of me flying an X-Wing, just so you guys can see just how laggy the game is. Hopefully you can see it from the footage that I actually put in. I cannot state enough just how difficult it was actually to get through the campaign with this amount of lag. If you guys have a different experience, again, let me know, but here it is.